Many of them have cursed to themselves. They've done things in disobedience, walked in disobedience that has placed a curse on the bloodline. So even though you didn't have anything to do with it, because it's a part of your bloodline, you inherit it. Yeah. And this is why the blood of Yahushua HaMashiach is so important. Because when you make that commitment to ask Yahushua HaMashiach to come into your life, okay, when he baptizes you by his water and by his spirit, what's happening is that his clean water sprinkles on you and it breaks off the curses. His blood is precious blood that was bought for you. Is a price he paid, It's not freeness. No freeness around here. There's a price for everything. So the price that Yahushua paid when he died on the tree, that blood that was shed, when you now accept him and you make a covenant with him to ask him to enter your life, and that you're renouncing every other god, every other idol, every spirit of darkness, every single promise, every other promise that you've made. You renounce all of those and now you make a commitment to ask Yahweh to enter your life and your spirit. All of the curses that came in your bloodline now start breaking one by one by one. All of them start breaking. Okay? That's an initiation. Initiation into the kingdom of light. When we say yes, yes, Yahweh, yes, to your will and to your way. I want to be your child. I want you to come into my life. I'm tired of the way that I have been living. I want a change. It's all you, Father God. I relinquish. I acquiesce to you. I surrender all to you. So in that prayer, when you're doing that, what happens is that the angels come down and they literally sprinkle clean water on you and the blood on you. The blood of Yahushua. And everything that was on you starts melting away like wax before fire. Right? The things that were in your heart, the things that were in your mind, the evil curses, the evil spirits start scattering. Everything that was happening with you at that very moment. It's like you become washed in the blood of the Lamb. You become cleansed. You become purified. Okay? Just by making that promise and that covenant with the Most High God. This is what happens. It's an exchange. Okay? It's a spiritual and a natural exchange that happens. Okay? You're now grafted into the kingdom of light, into the spirit realm. Okay? And this is what happens. All of these things get cut off of you. But then what happens is, when the kingdom of darkness realizes what's catching up with them, that the holes and the ties and the cords and the strings and the bars and the traps and the webs and the holes that they had you in are now swept from under their feet. They now have no hold on you. When they realize that they've lost all control because they're no longer your master, that you have a new master, the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. When they realize that you've now covenanted with him and that they've lost the battle, all hell breaks loose, children. When I say all hell, I mean all hell breaks loose. They start calling up their imps. They start calling up their helpers, Satan's helpers. They start navigating in the realm of the spirit. They start channeling all these different spirits and all these different informations and things that they can do to now try to get you back into the kingdom of darkness. So this is when they start trying to throw you into defilement, right? They bring people around you. They bring situations. They bring confusion. They send spells and the hexes and the vexes and the curses, and they speak negativity over you. And they go berserk. They literally are sent and plummeted into confusion because now they've lost you. So now they have to try to do everything to try to get back. And why is it so important for them to get back? Because if they can curse you, then they get your blessings. And I'm going to have to pick this up next time. This is a very important topic and I cannot rush it. The reason why the children of Israel lost everything that they had was because they were plummeted into curses. The enemies used sorcery, divination. They called on dead spirits to help them. They spoke over their crystal balls. They did all manners of evil to cast spells, to blind the eyes of the children of Israel, to deafen their ears, to cause them to be stiff-necked, to cause their hearts to be hardened to the point where they couldn't hear God anymore. They were bewitched. Bewitched. Their minds and their brains were rerouted with confusion and spells. They were bewitched. You know, they couldn't think for themselves. They couldn't understand what was happening. They thought that their thoughts were their thoughts. They thought that what they were hearing was their hearing. It wasn't. There were enemy forces that were working on them. They were walking in full rebellion because a door was opened, because a window was cracked, because they walked in disobedience ignorantly. Right? So this is why it's so important for us to break the curses. Extremely important.